Alrighty, mamas, have you ever had this nice little mum pooch on the bottom of your stomach for years and years and years, and you don't know how to get rid of it? You spent a lot of your time having a look at, core exercises you can do, or what food is best for it. Well, in this video, I'm going to break down the ultimate guide to ditching the mum tum, the things you need to worry about, the things you don't need to worry about, the things that actually work versus don't, based on 15 years of coaching experience working with mums one-to-one, helping them solve this exact problem. So some people call it the mum tum, the mum pouch, the mum pooch, whatever it is. We're talking about this bad boy, the hanger on. There's a few ways that you can work to getting rid of the mum pouch, or at least minimizing it. Now, if you've got excess skin, typically the only thing that will support that would be working out. Now, doing crunches around that excess skin is gonna be pretty hard to solve, so do with that what you will. So in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what you shouldn't focus on to lose the mum tum. And then in the second part of this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what you should focus on. Number one is going to be exercises for your core before fat loss. If you've got the mum tum and you haven't addressed your nutritional problems and you don't know how to lose more weight reliably, this is gonna be just like pissing in the breeze, throwing money away for no reason, AKA your time and effort away for no reason. This is gonna yield you the poorest result possible because you don't have the foundation correct. Nutrition is what feeds everything else. If you could imagine if I put you on a diet of alcohol every day and the only thing you could drink was alcohol, the only thing you could eat was alcohol, and then I put somebody else on a nutritious diet, how well do you think that person would think, feel, and behave and act? Same thing goes with your body and same thing goes with your brain. If your nutrition sucks, the rest of your recovery, everything else will suck too. The elasticity in your skin is probably why you see rock stars from the 70s and 80s look like a bag of smacked asses real quick because they lived life on the edge. Their body isn't able to recover even at a cellular level anymore because they've tapped it out from nutrition and lifestyle. So you don't want the same thing to happen to you. Number two is going to be potions, oils, anything like that. Now, sure, can some of those oils give you the feeling that your skin is firming up? Yes, but I am yet to meet a mum that says she fixed or enhanced or helped, truthfully, that wasn't being paid, her mum tum size and elasticity with oils and creams. So by and large, you can say goodbye to these two things, okay? Number three, not lifting weights. That is the biggest mistake you could make. Lifting weights is gonna help increase collagen production, function, all that sort of good stuff, stimulate repair in your body, help with circulation. So if you're not lifting weights and actually challenging your body to be stronger, plus filling out the muscles in and around here as you're losing body fat. Now, sometimes as well, if you're an overweight mama, you might have loose skin here. Lifting weights can really help fill that space by growing. So whilst, yes, you're not gonna grow your core bigger by doing that, but lifting weights can really help. What I've found from a lot of gals who had a lot of weight to lose, the elasticity of their skin actually got better once they started incorporating weightlifting into their regime. So I couldn't recommend weightlifting or resistance training 2 times a week plus is great. And number four, collagen shakes. They don't work. Essentially, they're gonna take the collagen, which is protein, and break it down and make muscles out of it. It's not going to increase the elasticity in your skin. Just not gonna happen because it's not how it's absorbed, it's not how it's repurposed, and it's just not a one-to-one conversion like that. In actual fact, the absorption, I believe, of collagen is actually poorer than like a WPI or like a whey protein, so a dairy derivative of protein. Crazy, I know. So this is all the that you shouldn't do. What's some of the stuff that you should do to decrease the mum tum? Number one, if you want to decrease the mum tum, you're probably just fat. Shock horror, I know. But essentially what happens is your skin is like a little container, right? I don't know if you've ever played with like balloons as a child or with your own children, right? Have you ever filled a balloon up all the way to the brim and you popped it and then you look at it and it looks like this shriveled thing? Safe to say that it wouldn't have the same bounce back. So when you're filling your pooch full of fat because you're overeating, and no judgment, that's what happens when you overeat, you store body fat. Your little container, this little mum pouch that's been stretched from having a baby or 2 or 3, loses its elasticity. So there's a couple of things that need to happen. One, you need to reduce the amount of fat that is in this beloved pouch here. And that just happens by being in a calorie deficit and losing enough fat overall. And if you don't think you're fat, you'll probably still have more fat to lose. Shock horror, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Just because your husband says that you look great, honey, doesn't mean that you're at a body fat level enough to lose the mum tum. Facts over feelings. So lose fat. You probably need to lose 5 to 10 kg. And if you need to lose more than 10, you probably already know that. already. One of my clients, actually Jen, she really struggled with sort of loose skin, and essentially we lost about 8 kilos in about 8 weeks together. She just blitzed the fat loss off, but then started to see some really nice shape. Yeah, did she have some elasticity a little bit there? Yeah, sure. But beyond that, she was really happy with her arms and how everything else sort of looked. So it was a win-win-win. Fat loss number 1, 5 to 10 kilos. How you need to do that is with a food diary. Now, unless you want to follow a meal plan and eat the exact same meals every single day with no variation whatsoever, cool. If you want keto, you're gonna have to cut out carbs, pasta. Tell me how long you're gonna be able to do that for life? No, that means your results are gonna be temporary. Plan. That's why we do a food diary. We see exactly what we're doing and what we're eating and what tweaks we need to make. Right now, I'm tracking my calories, and I learned exactly how to fit in a protein cheesecake, which is 250 calories and 20 grams of protein from Muscle Nation. Good time. All of my mums have the exact same ability to do that. That's why we do the food diary approach. Most of you gals don't know the benefits or the drawbacks of it. You think it's this anal sort of difficult thing. No, it's like a language. Once you learn it, you can have it to your advantage, and it opens so many more doors for you for fat loss, and enjoyable. That's why all my gals get such crazy results, is because they enjoy the journey. So food diary is going to be the approach. You'll want a 500 to 800 calorie per day deficit. If you don't know what that is, go to my Instagram, comment on any post macro. It'll shoot out your fat loss calories for you for free. It'll run you through like a little automation set of messages. Either I'll message you on the back end of that, just say, hey, how'd you like it? Things like that. So if you get a message from me, it's not a robot, it'll be actually me. So best approach is gonna be food diary, 500 to 800 calories a day in a deficit. Number 3 is gonna be exercise. Weights, that's what we want. We don't want anything else. Why are we lifting weights? Circulation, blood flow, all these sort of stuff as well. Increasing muscle tone and definition through increasing our muscles. So when they start to press up against the loose skin, you're just filling the container that you've emptied out through fat loss. If you could imagine the air analogy that I used before, essentially when your belly's sort of full, right, it's hit this elasticity point. Well, if it only shrinks to there, you'll probably only have the loose skin from there. You could think as much. And so that's what happens when you kind of build up your muscles. Now, not in your belly, but just to use it as an example, if you're building up your muscles to here and then your biggest was here, you're not going to notice really the difference in loose skin. I personally have a fair whack on mine, and as I'm leaning out, the same thing sort of happening for me, where I'm starting to fill out my muscles, but also noticing, yeah, when I've dropped 25 kilos now and counting, the loose skin is definitely an issue. But again, I just got to keep lifting weights, keep filling out the muscle, so it doesn't look like I've got any loose skin. It looks kind of tight and I look leaner, if that makes sense. Exercise 2 days per week. And make them hard. You should be getting a sweat on, you should be moving, you should be pushing and lifting more and more weights every single week. This should be done for anywhere from a 10 to 40 week period, depending on how much weight you're gonna lose. You'll lose 5 kilos, usually 10 is okay. 40 week, usually you've got 20 kilos to lose, roughly. And so if you wanted to know the exact ultimate guide to ditching the mum tum, fantastic. This is the exact methods, the things that I would focus on that actually work. Calorie deficit, so you can lose fat and lose more than you probably think. Food diary, so you can lose the fat in an enjoyable way. And exercise with resistance, only weights. Cardio stuff, yeah, sure, there's some argument for the sweating, things like that, but weights, from my understanding, is by far superior. Plus, if you're a mama, you probably don't have all the time in the world to start running if your weight's already an issue. I wouldn't recommend just going out and sprinting, whereas lifting weights can be quite a good stepping stone to being stronger, more capable in every other way, plus reducing injury risk. So hope you like this video. If you want to work with me, there's going to be a link down below where you can book a call with me personally for the time being, and we can chat about, you losing 10 or more kilos in the coaching program, you ditching the mum tum, if that's what you really want to do. We can talk about how we do that in our program. And yeah, really looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Appreciate you. Thanks, gals. Bye.